Days of Our Lives Spoiler. Dear friends and devoted Days of Our Lives fans, gather close as we dive into the swirling emotions and dramatic twists unfolding in Salem this week. The town is reeling from a cascade of joy, sorrow, and surprises that will tug at your heartstrings and keep you glued to your screens. With Bo Brady's miraculous recovery, the devastating loss of John Black, and a whirlwind of family dramas, love stories, and returning faces, there's so much to share. Let's start with the latest news from Thursday's episode, as requested, before weaving through the emotional tapestry of Wednesday's events and beyond. This is a long, heartfelt journey, so settle in with a cup of tea and let's explore the highs and lows together. Thursday, June 5th. Sparks fly and hearts break on Thursday, June 5th. The drama in Salem reaches a fever pitch with arguments, unexpected romance, and the return of familiar faces stirring up a storm. Gabby Hernandez, played with fiery passion by Sherry Jimenez, finds herself in a heated clash with her rebellious daughter, Ariana Horton. Oh, this young lady is a wild spirit, giving her mother and everyone else in Salem heart palpitations with her defiant ways. Picture Gabby, her eyes flashing with frustration, trying to rein in Ariana's impulsive streak. It's the kind of mother-daughter showdown that reminds us how love and exasperation often go hand in hand. What's driving Ariana's defiance? Is it the weight of recent tragedies in Salem, or is there a secret she's keeping? We'll have to keep watching to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, a charity date raises eyebrows and risks fracturing old wounds. Kat Green, portrayed by the captivating Annalyn McCord, steps out with Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, for what's meant to be a lighthearted evening for a good cause. But the timing couldn't be worse. Salem is still draped in mourning, and the arrival of Jennifer Horton, Katie McLean, and Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford for John Black's funeral casts a shadow over this outing. Jennifer, with her warm heart and fierce loyalty, is not one to hide her feelings. When she learns about Chad's date with Kat, her reaction is nothing short of volcanic. Imagine her, standing in Horton Square, her voice trembling with a mix of grief and indignation, confronting Chad about moving on so soon after such a loss. For those of us who've followed Jennifer's journey through love and loss, this moment feels like a punch to the gut. Will Chad and Kat's connection withstand Jennifer's disapproval, or is this date doomed to be a fleeting moment? Adding to Thursday's surprises, whispers of a confession ripple through Salem. Tate Black, Leo Howard, still reeling from his grandfather John's death, finds solace in a heartfelt conversation with the wise and gentle Doug Williams, played by the legendary Bill Hayes. But there's a twist. Leo Stark, ever the unpredictable soul, has a bombshell to drop. Rumor has it he might reveal a scandalous secret to Doug. Something about a romantic entanglement with none other than Ariana Horton, Gabby's daughter. Can you imagine Doug's kind, weathered face as Leo stammers through this confession? I slept with this beautiful girl named Ariana, Leo might say, unaware that she's Gabby's daughter and a Horton by name. The mix-up is almost comical, but the stakes are high. Does Leo even know Ariana's full story, or is he stumbling into a hornet's nest? Doug, with his decades of wisdom, might have a surprise up his sleeve, a piece of advice or a revelation that could change everything. Thursday's episode promises to leave us gasping, so don't miss it. Wednesday, June 4th. A miracle tempered by tragedy. Now let's step back to Wednesday, June 4th, where Salem is a tapestry of celebration and sorrow woven together in a way that only Days of Our Lives can manage. The day begins with a miracle that brings tears of joy to every eye in town. Bo Brady, portrayed by the ever-charismatic Peter Reckel, is fully conscious after a harrowing ordeal. For those who followed Bo and Hope's epic love story through decades of trials, this moment feels like a gift from above. Picture the hospital room bathed in soft morning light as Hope Brady, Christian Alfonso, Sean Brady, Brandon Beamer, and Sierra Brady Weston, Victoria Conifal, gather around Bo's bedside. His eyes, once clouded by unconsciousness, now sparkle with life. His voice, though weak at first, carries the warmth and strength that have always defined him. On Monday, we saw hints of recovery. Perhaps a trembling hand or a fleeting moment of awareness. But by Wednesday, Bo is talking, laughing, and reconnecting with his family. It's a scene that will have you reaching for the tissues, celebrating the resilience of a man who's fought his way back from the brink. But even as Salem rejoices, a shadow falls. Bo's awakening comes with a devastating truth. His survival is tied to the sacrifice of John Black, Drake Hodgson, a pillar of the community who was gravely injured in the explosion that spared Bo. The news hits like a thunderbolt. Imagine Hope, her face a mix of gratitude and guilt, sitting by Beau's side as she gently breaks the news. "Beau, you're here because of John," she might say, her voice cracking. "But he didn't make it." Beau, still processing his return to the world, grapples with the weight of this loss. John, his friend and brother-in-arms, is gone, leaving a void that echoes through every corner of Salem. The hospital, once a place of hope, becomes a stage for grief as family and friends wrestle with the bittersweet reality of Beau's miracle. Amid this tragedy, love and resilience shine through. Andrew Donovan, Colton Little, and Paul Narita, despite the crushing loss of Paul's father, John, decide to move forward with their wedding plans. It's a bold choice, one that raises eyebrows in Salem. Are they rushing to the altar to find solace and love, or is there a deeper reason behind their haste? Picture Andrew, his eyes filled with determination, clasping Paul's hand as they discuss their future. "We've lost so much," Andrew might say, "but we have each other, and that's worth celebrating." Yet, the question lingers, will they exchange vows before John's funeral, or will grief delay their happily ever after? Their decision is a testament to the human spirit, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, love can light the way. Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, John's beloved wife, is at the heart of Salem's mourning. Surrounded by her children, Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, and Belle Black, Martha Madison, and her stepchildren, she faces a future forever altered by John's absence. Marlena, with her grace and strength, is a beacon for her family, but the pain of losing her soulmate is palpable. Imagine her in her cozy office, surrounded by photos of John, as Brady and Belle envelop her in hugs. Friends like Kate Roberts and Roman Brady stop by, offering words of comfort, while grandchildren like Tate and Claire bring a touch of youthful hope. The entire town rallies around Marlena, their love a lifeline in her sea of grief. For those of us who've known loss, Marlena's journey is a poignant reminder of the power of community and the enduring bonds of family. Beau's heart and Salem's future as Beau settles back into life. His love for hope remains the heartbeat of his story. Before the explosion, before the chaos, Beau was shot by his own son, Sean, in a tragic misunderstanding. Sean thought Beau was a threat to hope, and in that fateful moment, Beau's last words were a tender, pretty face, directed at his beloved Hope. Now, awake and healing, Beau reaffirms his devotion. Picture him, propped up in his hospital bed, reaching for Hope's hand. "I've loved you through it all," he might whisper, his voice thick with emotion. "And I'm not going anywhere." Their reunion is a balm for longtime fans, a reminder of a love that's weathered every storm. Beau also meets his great-nephew, little Beau Weston, the son of Sierra and Ben Weston, Robert Scott Wilson. This moment is pure magic. Beau, the grizzled hero, softening as he gazes at the child named in his honor. He learns about Ben's journey, from troubled past to devoted father, and there's a quiet pride in his eyes. But Ben's absence from Salem, as he's replaced by Alex Kyriakis, also Robert Scott Wilson, adds a bittersweet note. Alex is a force of nature, but for those who cherished Ben's redemption arc, his departure stings. Still, little Beau and his cousin Addie bring a spark of joy, their innocence a contrast to the town's grief. A town in mourning, a future unwritten. Salem is a town of contrasts this week, joy and sorrow, love and loss, past and future colliding in every heart. Tate Black, grappling with his grandfather's death, finds comfort in Holly Jonas, Ashley Puzimis, their young love a flicker of hope amid the darkness. Across town, Leo's confession to Doug hints at more drama to come, while Jennifer and Jack's return promises to shake up the status quo. As Beau recovers, as Marlena mourns, as Andrew and Paul plan their future, Salem reminds us of life's fragility and beauty. So, dear friends, keep your eyes on days of our lives this week. Wednesday's miracle and Thursday's turmoil are just the beginning. Grab your tissues, hold your loved ones close, and let's see where this journey takes us next.